Hi everybody and welcome back to my basement once again. Today, despite the gloves, we are not gonna make meth. We are gonna actually make a lot of pizza. More than 3 kilos for my family of 4 people. The pizza I'm gonna make is gonna be baked on these kind of trays. And it comes out super crunchy at the bottom, super soft at the top. So, to start out, we need to measure how much pizza we want to make. I'll give you a very quick tip on how to calculate how much dough to make. Grab a ruler and measure your tray. This is 40 by 60 centimeters. Total 2400 square centimeters. Divide that by 2, we got 1200, and that's the grams of pizza that you need to put inside here. And I'm gonna make 3 trays, so I'm gonna make 3600 grams of dough. In the description of this video you will find the measurements for 1 kilo of pizza, so you can easily make the percentages for whatever amount you wanna make. The first step, put the flour into the bowl right here. I'm gonna start with this type 1 flour. It's a little bit more coarse, a little bit tastier. We need to put another couple of kilos inside here. And this very poorly packaged thing is barley malt. It's like a sugar that helps give a little bit of flavor. And now the fresh yeast I'm gonna use in this case. I'm gonna put one whole 25 grams, and we need another half packet. The amount of yeast varies based on how many hours you want to put the pizza in the fridge to proof and how many hours you take it outside and you let it leaven. For example, I'm gonna put it 10 hours inside because I make the pizza at lunch. Tomorrow morning I put the pizza out of the fridge, room temperature, and it leavens for around 3-4 hours before lunch. So I have to put a lot of yeast. If you have longer times, you need to reduce the quantities. And finally, it's time to put the water in. Since I don't know this flour, I'm gonna put around 65% hydration. 65% water to flour ratio.
Why the gloves?
I have the gloves because I have many cuts on my fingers and I want to keep them clean. Start kneading the pizza with a little bit of water and then gradually add more. I need to buy a pizza mixer because I always make these big quantities and it becomes a little tiring after a while. The pizza dough is coming together and the gluten is gaining strength. Soon I will add... I forgot to add the salt. No, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. I'm gonna keep mixing it. Okay, let's add a little bit of salt, which is 60 grams because I'm making 3 kilos of pizza. You can see it's gaining a lot of strength. Probably it can go with a little bit more water. Yeah, this pizza flour seems to be strong. You need to hand feel it a little bit. I feel it's very tenacious. I just came out. I just came out of the gym and I'm a little bit tired with my arms. This is the kind of motion you want to make if you make pizza in a bowl. Just take it and boom. I probably can put a little bit more water, but I'm gonna put the oil at this moment.
Yes, because we are Italian, we love oil. Olive oil.
Oil is not super needed, but yeah, a little bit helps, especially at this stage, smooths out the pizza. If you make Neapolitan pizza, you don't need to put oil, but this kind goes in the oven. Now, I have a very, very powerful oven. In the home pizza oven, oil really helps, so put a little bit. Now, you don't have to mix for an eternity. If you see it starting coming together, just let it rest. Cover it, rest for 15 minutes, and then again you can knead it again, or maybe you can make the balls. I'm gonna put a drizzle more oil so the pizza doesn't stick to the container. Let's cover the pizza and wait 15 minutes. Now it's time to make the ball. I wanna go to sleep, otherwise I would have given it a couple more kneadings, but it's gonna be fine either way, it's just minor things. I am a professional, so I have pizza proofing bags that go in my fridge. Put a drizzle of oil on the bottom so your pizza doesn't stick. Give it a good mix, like this. Also on the walls, so you don't have pizza sticking, the pizza raises, we're gonna make the balls, we're gonna just flip them on the tray tomorrow. So we don't lose any air. Okay, so you can see it has rested, it's very relaxed. And let's take 1 kilo, 0.2. 1 kilo, 0.3. Yeah, my hands are not very precise. I have not made pizza. Okay, perfect. 1 kilo and 2 now. Very,
Okay.
1 kilo, 196 to be precise. But I cannot complain too much. Now, get the dough, put it here, and let's make a nice ball again. Stretch it. This grows the gluten a little bit more. If you have a surface, you can do it on a surface. Again, I'm making pizza for my family. I'm not a restaurant. I just want to go to sleep and be done with it. So it's fine if you do this anyways. It's not perfect, but it's gonna turn out very good. Okay. You can see already it's very, very elastic. The surface is not perfect, it's not super smooth, but it's fine.
Yeah.
And this last bowl of dough, I'm gonna mix olive in for a olive focaccia. To add the olives in, I'm gonna put a little bit of oil on the bottom, since it has to rest inside here. Put a lot of oil on the bottom. Stretch your pizza dough and start adding the olives in. So when it raises, it's gonna have all these olives embedded in it, and it's super, super tasty. Very advised if you never tried. And the goal here is not make the olives escape your pizza. Just build layer by layer like this. It's like a pizza lasagna of olives. And boom, we don't have olives escaping this bowl of pizza.
Oh, amazing.
They are okay, they are starting to come out, so I'm gonna stop it right here.
And it's time to
And it's time to rest for
say
this
goodbye.
as well.
Night.
Good night, focaccia.
See you tomorrow.
Good morning, everybody. I just took the pizza out of the fridge and it's upstairs over a radiator because it's very cold, it's winter. So a little bit more heat helps it raise. And now it's time to make the sauces for the 4 different kind of pizzas we're gonna do today. They are all tomato based. So I'm just gonna open these containers. And this is whole tomatoes canned. So they are just peeled, as you can see. I like these tomatoes because the texture is a little bit rougher, so now we are gonna squeeze them with the hands, just reduce them to a pulp. I'm gonna divide this sauce into 4 equal parts, so it's 1 kilo 757, it's around about 400 grams, a little bit less, 350, 400. The first sauce I'm gonna make is the margherita one. It's very easy. Just get your tomato, add a pinch of salt, a drizzle of oil. I like a little bit of pepper on this tray style pizza. Oregano, I have it fresh outside. I'm gonna get a little bit of dry and a little bit of... and just drizzle it in. And I like to cut and put inside a little bit of basil, like this. I cut it so it's more homogeneous and more slices of pizza will have at least a small leaf of basil. And the margherita sauce is ready. The other 2 sauces are gonna be onion based. One it's only pizza with onions, a little bit of parsley, a little bit of basil. The other one is a matriciana, which has a little bit of onion inside, rolled pancetta, bacon basically, and pecorino romano drizzled on top. It's super, super tasty. So we need to cut a lot of onions, very, very, very thin. I want a big, big pile of them on my pizza. Yeah, it's a little bit dull. I use it a little bit. I need to sharpen it, but still, it's quite sharp. Okay, yeah, much more
Mobility.
much more mobility now. And since I'm gonna make a lot of small cuts, I need some protection. Ideally, you want the slices to be super, super, super thin. I am crying even with the goggles. But we got a lot of onions. Before I make the onion sauce, I'm gonna cut the mozzarella and let it drain because this is fresh mozzarella. It's fine for a Neapolitan style pizza. But for the tray pizza, you want a little bit drier one because it cooks for longer and you don't want a lot of moisture in your pizza. Salt, oil. A lot of pepper on both pizzas. A lot. Most of the onions are gonna go in the onion-based pizza. Gonna mix them in a while. And the others in the amatriciana. Give it a good mix. I want to see these onions raise because they create a nice texture and they all pile on top of each other. This is an ancient recipe from the town I'm from, and my grandma taught it to me. I just upped the content of onions. She doesn't put as much onions, but I like them, so I want to feel them under my teeth. Now for the onion pizza, you have to mix very finely chop the parsley and the basil. I think it's not enough. I'm gonna make the parsley-based pizza and maybe put a little bit more if needed. In the onion pizza, I also like a little bit of chili. The onion-based sauces are ready, and now let's focus on the parsley one. For the parsley sauce, you're gonna need a lot of parsley. Maybe this is not even enough. I'm slicing up the garlic so I can put it in between the parsley. You want to fine chop everything. Get another little bowl and transfer the garlic and parsley mix inside. Sprinkle a good amount of oil in here. You want to make a kind of a sauce to put on top of the tomato. First you put the tomato on your pizza and then you add this on top when it's cooked. So the oil absorbs all the flavor of the garlic and the parsley. I know the lemons are a little bit ugly. They were used to make pastries, so
because they are
the zest was used, but the juice inside is very nice. And these are my lemons.
Yes.
So
Rimsler's lemon.
how much lemon do I have to put?
Just just one.
Just one, because they are small.
Yes, but it's enough.
And a little bit of anchovy oil and salt. I am out of anchovies, sadly.
So we need to.
So I will put
the smell.
Yeah, I will put a little bit of smell and a little bit of chili in the tomato. We are in the basement's basement to turn on the industrial 5 kilowatt pizza oven. And it's strategically placed next to my Elegoo Jupiter printer. So I get a little bit of that very good resin smell inside my pizza. Let's turn on the pizza oven, which uses 3-phase electricity. I have the 3 phases here and the neutral on another plug because I didn't have the right plug for it. This is a mess. So we got to start the neutral first. So we got the energy flowing out and boom, everything is turned on. Let's turn on the oven at 270. A very strong oven, it reaches 400 and even more than that. I got this oven for a bargain. There was a pastry shop that was giving it away because they were upgrading theirs and they gave it to me for 200 bucks. I'm very proud of my industrial oven. I just took the trays from the oven, they are a little bit hot, so the pig fat I'm gonna use to cook the pizza is gonna melt a little bit better and be easier. You can use neutral oil, I like pig fat. And I have a big bucket of it. So just drop.
Like 5 kilos.
Drop it in there, and this is gonna make your pizzas extra crunchy. Lard. The correct word for it is lard. And finally, it's time to put the pizza in the oven. Look at this dough. It has risen like crazy. You remember it was a small ball? Look at this thing. It's amazing. And the game now is keeping all of this air inside the pizza, so we have it very, very big. I'm gonna use a little bit of semolina flour, so just a drizzle of it, so it's easier to handle the dough. Technically, you should let it raise on somewhere and many steps. No. Drizzle a little bit of salt on top. I have this mixture of water and oil, which is gonna dissolve the salt a little bit, so you have a very, very salty surface. Now for the red pizza, the same. Sprinkle a little bit of semolina on top. I needed to make the balls a little bit better. You don't want this net to be exposed when you take it out. And before adding the sauces, I'm gonna put it 1 second in the oven so it firms up a little bit, it's not as soggy, and then I'm gonna put the sauces on. Let's go to the oven. The oven is on temp. I'm gonna reduce it a little bit. I start with a 300 degrees hot oven. 1 and 2.
Vai.
The dough has firmed up a little bit. You can see already it's a lot higher than before. Half with the margherita sauce, a matriciana one. And now it's time to put it in the oven for a little bit before we put the mozzarella and cheese on. The pizza with the olives is ready. Boom. The pizza is out, it's crunchy, let's test it. Super, super crunchy.
Be careful, it's hot.
How is this pizza?
I like the crunchiness and also the oil. So good.
Yeah, not my best one, but it's very good still. Are you happy now that you got your pizza? We also have super, super crunchy parts like this because it was not very homogeneous when I... Oh my god, they made a mess. It was not very homogeneous, but look at this piece. The margherita and amatriciana pizza is almost ready. Let's put the mozzarella. And I'm gonna give a drizzle of pecorino romano on this other one. I'm gonna put it also fresh, but a base layer I think is good. Okay. It's time for the third pizza. It got a little bit stuck. I'm sad about this. Let's go in the oven. Second one is ready. And finally it's time to add the pancetta on the very hot pizza so the fat melts. Now I'm sad it's not coming out perfectly clean. I wanted the slices, but it's gonna be fine. It got a little bit stuck. It's very hard to unstick. Okay. And add a lot of pecorino on top. This is the half onions, and there are a lot of them. I'm actually gonna pick them with the hand. I retain a little bit of moisture inside here. I don't want it on the pizza. This pizza, you have to make it, in my opinion, full of onions. Just a carpet of them. And this is the tomato base for the parsley one. Got a good coverage, and let's go in the oven. It's time to cut. And it's super, super crunchy on the bottom. You can hear it. Oh, no. I want together.
The first reaction.
Go.
Let's try. Oh my god. Okay. Cheers.
Cheers. Super crunchy on the bottom and super soft on the top.
Let's taste the traditional one.
This is the traditional margherita. Very good as well. And this onion and parsley pizza is almost ready. I just gotta drizzle the parsley and garlic oil on top. And the parsley is making a very, very, very strong smell. Okay, the pizza is crunchy on the bottom, which is a relief. Let's taste this nice parsley pizza I'm super curious about. Look how nice it looks.
Is it good? It's full of garlic.
It's super garlicky.
The onion one. It's your favorite, maybe.
It's super, super moist, this pizza. You have a crunchy bottom, and then the top has a 1 centimeter high layer of onions that's super, super moist. Very nice. And that's all for today. Finally, it's time to eat all of this tasty pizza, and I have to bring it to my family because they are starving. As always, stay safe and happy pizza. Bye!